What's going on, fellas, and welcome to the new series, Hertha Hero, where we are going to manage Hertha Berlin for long term, maybe. We're going to see how far we can take Hertha. This is in the post-February transfer update thing. So where previously Hertha Berlin would have been expecting to avoid a relegation battle or maybe finish mid-table. Now we're expected to do just a little bit better, and fourth is what I think it is. Okay, no, it's actually down to ninth now. Originally, when I was setting this up and I took the job, it said we were supposed to finish fourth, but you can see we have Piatek and Marcus Wolf as our two key players, and the most recent January transfer windows, or the German transfers, are three that happened at the start of the season anyway. So club vision and expectations, what and what not. Develop players using the club's youth system, not a problem. I will do that. The next 5 years, they want us to build a new stadium. I don't know why. The Olympic Stadium is quite an iconic stadium. Kind of feel like we'd be losing something by getting a new one. But they do want us to just avoid a relegation battle. So that is fine by me. But then next season, they want us to qualify for the Champions League. So avoid a relegation battle, but next year, top four. Then my contract expires, but I'm obviously going to try and get a new one. We're going to work towards challenging for the Bundesliga title for the 3 seasons after that. As you can see, I've taken a wage of 17,250 punts. I have a 2-star reputation currently. I ticked the boxes for what's best with Hertha. So, according to this, at the age of 28, I had 22 caps and 1 goal for Ireland before taking over as the Hertha manager. I have set up a couple of tactics so I could have a look to see what suits the team best. I think the controlled possession is probably the best. It's what I played in FM19 with them. Controlled possession, but it was a little different to this. Played with a higher tempo. I distributed quickly and countered, and I had extremely high everything. So we kind of went balls to the wall. We also played with an attacking midfielder after, I think it was the first 2 seasons we played with a DM. Then I decided to move Arne Meyer further forward and played with an attacking midfielder after that. So speaking of the players, we'll just pop onto this screen. I have selected an 11 that I think is going to be what we're going to use for the majority of time this season. But I think we definitely need a backup goalkeeper, because if you look at what we have in reserve, Niles Corber is acceptable as like a third choice, but he's away on loan now, so we don't actually have him at the club. Everyone else don't really want to play. Ron Yerston he's an acceptable goalkeeper. I think in FM19 I played him for 2 years before I changed. He was the goalkeeper that actually won the league with us while he was while he was in goal. So he's not a terrible goalkeeper. He definitely needs changing because he is on the older side of, he's closer to retirement than he is to getting any better. Then when we look at our defenders, just the first team, for right back we have Klunter and Pekarik. I'm probably going to try and get rid of Pekarik, bring in a second right back to either go as a backup to Klunter, or depending on if we can find one better than Klunter, then we play him. But I think Klunter is fine. I like Klunter, so he's first choice as it is right now. And we'll get to finances in just a second, because finances. Hertha, it's a hard club to manage at the start. Left back side, we have Plattenhardt and Mittelstadt. Both acceptable. They're fine. I think Max is probably the one I prefer. So if someone came in for Plattenhardt, I'd probably have no issue selling him. So we maybe could do with a second left back if we decide to get rid of Plattenhardt. We do have Luca Netz in our under 18s, and he is definitely a player I want to get involved, because he is a fantastic left back. I've seen him progress to be quite the player in other people's saves, mostly ClaytsFM on Twitch. If you're not following him on Twitch, you should. Linked in the description. He's got Hertha to, I think it's 4 league titles in a row now, and they just won the Champions League at the end of last season. So go give my man's a follow on Twitch and his YouTube. I think they're both linked in the description anyway. Centre back wise, we have Torunariga, Stark, Karim Rakik, who is probably my favourite player. Or is my second favourite player that plays for Hertha. I don't know if he's going to be a first choice centre back, because Torunariga is probably my third favourite player. So there's Karim Rakik and Boyada as probably our 2 backup centre backs. Again, somebody comes in for any one of the 4 and offers enough money, I probably would accept it. Defensive midfield wise, well, I suppose we just probably look at the whole of midfield all at once. I don't really consider Stark a central midfielder. We'd probably just yeah. So we have Skilbred, who is going to be, he's a fine backup. I do not want to have to play him an awful lot, because he's fine as like a ball winning midfielder, so he probably will deputise for when Asaskabar is injured, tired, away on international duty, needs a rest. Skilbred can step into that position and do an acceptable job. I wouldn't have any major issues with it, but he's not first choice. DM then we do have Asaskabar and Gruich and Meyer can all play there as well. So Gruich and Meyer are probably more central midfield options along with Derrida. And then I promoted Albrecht and Smardzic to the first team because they are 2 players who I think they're fantastic. I had Julian Albrecht playing against Barcelona in the Champions League for us in FM19 when we went on to win the Champions League. So I think those 2 are definitely going to get their opportunities this year as central midfielders. So we shall see what happens. On the right and on the wings, then we have a few options, but not amazing options. Like we've Luca Bacchio as a right wing option, can play on the left. We've Dilrosun, who can play on the left or the right, not as well on the right. Palko Derde, who is fine. If you're managing Hungary and you can get him to play for you, sorted. If you're managing Hertha Berlin, we have Solomon Kalou and Marius Wolf, who are also very good options. Marius Wolf, I don't know how to fit him in because he's probably going to start the season because DeRozan is injured, as is Arne Meyer. So there's going to be players who are going to get an awful lot of opportunities while those 2 are out. But like Pascal Kopke, we definitely could do with maybe another central midfield option, possibly a better wing option. Like Esvine and Lecky are both hopefully going to be leaving. I do not want they the game listed. So I didn't do anything apart from select a team. Striker-wise, then we definitely need another option. Cunha can play as a winger. Probably going to be more likely to play as a striker. Again, Kopke, he's better than the sulker, aka Davy Selk. But Davy Selk is off on loan at Werder Bremen, I think it is. Solomon Kalou can play up front, but he's pushing on the small, but now his wages are ridiculous. Ibisevic, he's fine, he's quite old. Yeah, like I don't really want to have to play him. More like an impact sub. He'll sit on the bench a lot, probably, and not come off the bench very often. But then we have Piatek, who is, yeah, what more can you say? Piatek, he's a fantastic striker. We give him all the opportunities in the world. If you take into consideration the second team, Mohamed Kipret is probably the one closest to getting into the first team that didn't actually make it. Kovic, but he's out on loan, so can't really worry about him. Vert Muller this year got a bit of an upgrade. He was pretty crap last year. Looks not too far from getting an opportunity. Other than that, there's not a whole lot in the second team. We do have a bunch of oldies who need to be shifted because they're not on a whole lot of money, to be fair. And then, like I said, the under 18s, we have Luka Netz, who is probably long-term first team left back, so I don't really need to worry about that for now. Wrobelski is definitely going to be a good option at right back, but I don't want to bring him up just yet because I don't think they're necessarily going to get the opportunities straight away. As I said, Davy Selk is off at Bremen. We also have two coming in next season. Redan, who I want to give opportunities to. Duda, when he comes back, will definitely be a fantastic option. Jastrzębski is a good option on the left as well, but again, out on loan, so we can't play him. Daniel Albrecht's just not as good as his brother. They're brothers, right? No, whatever. They're brothers to me, so that's all that matters. We have Martin Winkler as well, or Winkler, who, if his finishing up gets better in the next couple of years, maybe he'll be an option up front. But as it is right now, maybe not. We do have Martin Darda, who's a good centre back. He's more a DM. I think if he progresses and actually sees some of that potential, I don't see any reason why he can't make it as a good first team player, or a good backup first team player at least, you know. Omar Rakik, Karim's brother, is definitely a player I want to see progress. Like, his aggression is just terrible. Like, he's just so Omar, you're ours. Yeah, his brother. I was going to say maybe he's his son. No, it's his brother. But yeah, I think he could make it as a good first team player, but again, he'd need to hit that potential. So we're probably going to be looking at sending a lot of these players out on loan for a couple of seasons. Like, I wouldn't mind having Redan back. I know for a lot of people he's struggled to do well in their saves, but I think, given my youth development expertise, because it's what I do, I train the youth players to become amazing. They always do really well when I'm in charge, but not always. 90% of the time, I can get the most out of the youth squads because of the fact that I give youth so many opportunities. Like, I am more than happy to give a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old their debut if I think they're good enough. So, like, that's why Smartzovic and Albrecht are both coming in at 17. We need players in central midfield. So why wouldn't we throw two 17-year-olds in at the deep end and see how we get on? Plus, I'd prefer to play them over any of these guys in, like, their late 20s. Like, from about Okay, I thought Kareem was a bit older. He's only 7 years older than Omar. Like anybody from 27 to older, probably not going to get a whole lot of opportunities if I have my way. Staff wise, we definitely need to fix this. Staff is very understaffed. We need more physios. We only have 2, and I don't think they're that good. It's 17, 16. Yeah, we could definitely do with better physios. But I'm gonna have a look at the staff, and when we come back for the next episode, we'll have a more in-depth look at what we have staff-wise. Like the assistant manager is acceptable, but we're looking for greatness. Or Frank Vogel. You see, I'm not going to get rid of him. He's grand. We have coaches that I don't know how good. We have one scout. He's average at best. Our chief scout is me. Our director of football definitely could do with a bit of a spruce up as well. Chief data analyst, yeah, it's fine, whatever. Nobody cares about data analyst anyway. But this is the kicker. Finance wise, we have 5.5 million in the bank with 0 transfer budget, and we don't have a whole lot of wage budget, so we do need to shift some players. Like, we've already made a 21k loss since I arrived, and I've done nothing. I haven't hit continue yet. We've already lost 21k this month. That's what I'm talking about. So, like I said, this is probably how the team is going to line up for the majority of the season, barring transfers, obviously. If I have the opportunity to bring in 2 or 3 more players, I will. I'm going to have a fiddle with the tactical style. I don't like how few tactical pieces there are. If you know me, you'll know I like a lot of them. I like to tell my players to do. I like my players doing a lot of things. So we're going to change all of this. Probably change to attacking, because that's how I play. I've always played attacking football. It's just my thing. You don't like it, you don't have to be here. We're going to leave that there. What we'll do is we'll come back for a look at transfers that we've done and staff that we're bringing in. If you care, probably won't delve too deep into staff, but we'll come back for the game in the cup, because that is going to be interesting. Against what division is that? Hesea. I don't think they have any players. Well, they do. They have some players. Well, colour me wrong. But we'll come back for that game. We'll have a look at transfers we've made to that point, if any. Because like I said, no money in the bank. Or, well, for this level, no money in the bank. No transfer budget. Very little wage budget. Probably going to be loan transfers. We're going to bring in loan players. Or try and find free transfers. Ooh, never thought of that. Free transfers. So yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're excited for the continuation of this series. Let me know down in the comments. Tell me who your favourite Hertha player is. My favourite Hertha legend is where is it? He's Icon, Gabor Kiraly, who's not in the game. It's so infuriating. I want him as a goalkeeping coach, because he is. Oh, imagine those pants running around all day. Because he wore pants, not shorts. It's not weird. Alright, thank you very much for watching, fellas, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!